morning everyone. Happy Saturday morning. It is currently Saturday 9:30 a.m. Today is any book lover's dream. Any book lover's dream. Do you know what the weather forecast is for this weekend? Let me just show you. This is the forecast for the weekend. Can you see? I know a lot of people don't like the sort of gloomy, rainy weather, but if you are a fellow cozy reader just like I am, and you most likely are because you've clicked on this video because you also enjoy gloomy, rainy weather, because it is the perfect opportunity to just be cozy, drink lots of coffee, and do some reading, which is exactly what we're going to be doing in this video. Because it's super gloomy today, I do want to read kind of darker, maybe like dark academia. I just want some books that will match this kind of gloomy vibe. So I think I will end up reading 2 books for this video. And I think I have an idea of what I want them to be. Let's make some coffee and then pick out our books and do some reading. I might also set the vibe up, you know, put some like dark academia music on. I don't know. I'm gonna set the tone for my reading experience. But anyway, let's make some coffee. Okay guys, time to pick out the books we're going to be reading for this cozy, gloomy reading vlog. This is my physical TBR. Up here is the remainder for my August TBR, although I still have Artlist, but I'm going to be reading that for a different video, you'll see. I mean, I think it's pretty obvious we're going to be choosing between these 3. So we'll pick 2 out of these 3. We've got One for My Enemy by Olivia Blake. This kind of does give me gloomy weather vibes, to be honest. I mean, obviously Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo is going to be read for this vlog because it just couldn't be more perfect for it, you know? We'll put that up here. And then it is between A Tempest of Tea by sarahhafidh and One for My Enemy by Olivia Blake. Something about like this image, like the tea, and also because it's dark, like they both sort of have that dark vibe to them. I think these 2. I know this is like a dark academia, and I think I've heard like sort of paranormal, like there's ghosts and stuff like that in here. I don't know. We'll find out. We'll find out. This one I know is like a vampire sort of a book. I know that the main girl runs her own tea house, like a really prestigious fancy tea house, but by night it's where like all the vampires come. I don't know. Honestly guys, we'll find out. I think these are the 2 books I'm going to be reading for this vlog, and I'm very excited. I am in that kind of darker, gloomy sort of fantasy. I don't know if this one's fantasy, but you know, something kind of dark and mysterious like this. Coffee is made, books are chosen. I think I'm gonna start this video off with Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo. I don't know why it's really calling my name today. So this is not planned, but my nails are giving very dark academia. They're like a very deep purple. They look almost black, but they're actually purple. Guys, like, come on. It's just the perfect reading weather. As much as I love summer, I find myself craving like wearing a sweater and like drinking hot drinks when it's summer. I'm like, oh, I can't wait for it to be a little bit cold. But anyways, we are going to be reading Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo. So this is set in Yale University, so very dark academia vibes. Our main character, Alex, has been assigned with a task to monitor all of the secret societies within Yale. That sounds very interesting. Ooh. Now there is a dead girl on campus, and Alex is the only person willing to look deeper. The societies are far more sinister and much more extraordinary than anyone ever imagined. So it looks like there's a bit of like tampering with forbidden magic in this book, and kind of more spooky paranormal things that go on in this book. So I'm very excited. I hope it's not very spooky. I have heard that I should read the trigger warnings for this book because apparently it's very dark. I don't know if I want to though, because I think I'll be spoiled. Sometimes trigger warnings kind of spoil a book, and I don't think I'm someone that gets triggered very easily. I may get disturbed, I may get disturbed very easily, but I wouldn't say I'm triggered easily. If you plan on reading this book and you are maybe someone that can get triggered quite easily, maybe look up the trigger warnings, because I have heard people should do that. I'm not going to. I might regret that, but we'll see. Okay, besties, without further ado, let's begin reading. Reading update. I am now on chapter 3, which is page 43. Do I know what's really going on? No, I don't. I haven't fully grasped the concept of this book just yet. Like, I kind of have, but I think this book is intentionally kind of confusing you in the beginning because it's kind of going back in time. From what I've grasped so far is our main character can see dead people, which is kind of spooky. It is a little bit confusing. However, luckily for me, I have heard from other creators that the first sort of like 70 pages to 100 pages are a little bit of like world building, not really world building, but just like information kind of dumping on certain things. And then once you get past that first like 70, 100 pages, apparently it gets really, really good. So I'm just gonna hold on to that knowledge and hope that is true. I'm definitely still really enjoying it, and I really like the writing. I love Leigh Bardugo's writing. If you don't know, she wrote Six of Crows. Well, how was I gonna say Six of Shadows? I think her other series is called Shadow and Bone, but the one that I've read is Six of Crows. I'll just tell you guys my plans for the weekend. Mom is gonna come pick me up midday. We're gonna go for a coffee, and we're probably gonna sit in a cafe and do some reading. It's all I do. I'm not joking when I say that that is my favorite thing to do. And then I'm gonna go for a sleepover at Mom's house, gonna do some more reading. And Mom and I have been rewatching Vampire Diaries, and I feel like that really nicely fits into my dark, gloomy video vibe. So I might film us like watching Vampire Diaries, who knows. The people were not lying. The people were not lying when they said after like 100 pages or so, this book is good. I am now on page 108 of Ninth House, and I'm hooked. I am hooked. It's such a fascinating story. The premise of it is so cool. It's not spooky, like I'm not spooked out by it, but it definitely gives me like a ooh feeling. I just read page 123, and if you've read the book, you know, oh my god, that was a very uncomfortable page to read. Like, I was literally reading it like, ugh. We're just getting Alex's backstory. Alex is the main protagonist, and it's very sad. Hi guys, Mom is just about to pick me up, and then we're gonna go get coffee and just chill. And yeah, update on the book. I am now 182 pages into Ninth House, and guys, I'm loving it. I'm really loving like the spooky vibes, the dark academia vibes, this sort of like darker magic system going on in here. Like, I'm absolutely eating the story up. I'm so intrigued to see how this book is gonna pan out. It keeps surprising me. There are definitely some like disturbing scenes that go on in here, but that's okay. I am just loving the story. I really love our main character, Alex. I'm like almost halfway, so I'll try to get a bigger dent into this later today, maybe tonight before bed, I'm not sure. So far, looking very good, looking like a 4.25, potentially 4.5, we'll see. But anyways, I'm gonna go now and I will speak to you soon. Hello everyone, so I'm back home now. Reading update. I have not read much. I think I read like 2 chapters since I last spoke to you guys, so about 40 pages. I'm now on page 228 of Ninth House, and I am still really enjoying it, if I'm honest. It definitely is. Spooky is not the right word, but it definitely has like disturbing scenes. Well, I wasn't disturbed by them. Actually, that's such a lie. One of them was very disturbing. The rest of them haven't really been disturbing. They've just been a bit more like paranormal, a little bit strange, a little bit wacky in like the best way possible. I've been having a really good time with this book. A very good time. Definitely a great winter book. Right now it's quite sunny. It's freezing outside, but it's sorry, Cooper. I just hit my dog with my book. I'm so sorry. Oh my goodness. Oh, I love that little man. So if it's currently summer for you and you haven't read this book yet, I would hold off. I would hold off until autumn or winter just because the vibes are just wintry and spooky. Or maybe Halloween. Maybe wait till Halloween. This would be a really good Halloween book actually. Anyways, the reason I didn't read much while I was at Mum's house is because Mum and I have been binge watching The Vampire Diaries. And you guys, I forgot how good this show is. Like, it is phenomenal. Mum and I were saying that The Vampire Diaries was just so generous in terms of plot and how many episodes per season. I think per season there was like 20 to 24 episodes, something like that. But also each episode is a movie. Each episode ends on a crazy cliffhanger, major plot twist, character development, further storyline. Like, the things that happen in each episode blow my mind. Oh my god, it's so good. I've only ever watched up until season 5, I think, before in the past, and I think there's 8 seasons or 7. So I've never watched the later ones, and I also never watched the spin-off, the originals, but I do think I'm gonna watch it because I am absolutely devouring the show up. It is so good. I forgot how good it was. I haven't properly watched it since I was like 14, 15, 16, something like that. So over 10 years ago. I used to be team Damon when I was younger, but now that I'm a bit older, I think I am team Stefan. I do love Stefan. Anyways, back to reading. I don't know why I'm just going off about that, but I feel like The Vampire Diaries fits the video vibe. If you haven't yet watched The Vampire Diaries, you are in for a treat, let me tell you. A treat. I'm gonna sit down and do some more reading. I would like to get up to page 300 today. So just like 70 pages, because I think I'm just halfway through the book. So I just made myself a very dark academia vibe coffee. Normally I have more of like a latte, like with milk, but I made myself a double espresso. It looks like there's milk, but it's not. It's just like the crema. And I'm not doing that intentionally. It's just because we don't have any milk and I want a coffee. So black coffee it is, but I do feel like it sort of suits the dark academia vibe. I'm currently on chapter 17 and the last two chapters were very icky, especially the last chapter. It was like quite a hard read. I was like, ugh. But I'm still really enjoying this book, but just definitely has some more sort of disturbing, darker things going on. Very intrigued by what's gonna happen. There is like a mystery element because there was like a dead girl found and they're trying to figure out what kind of happened to her and which societies were involved and what kind of darker magic was involved. There's a lot of fun sort of spookier themes going on in here, which I am liking. Sorry if you can hear my partner, he's just in a work meeting, but yeah, gonna drink my coffee and do some reading. Hello everyone, I'm just about to make myself a cup of coffee. However, I do have a reading update because I did end up finishing Ninth House this morning and I'm quite conflicted on how I feel about this book, and I think it's because I enjoyed the first half so much more than the second half. Oh no, that's not true. The first like 70 to 100 pages I was kind of like getting into it. I wasn't properly into it yet. And then I would say from about like page 100 up until maybe page like almost 300, I was really enjoying it. And then I just feel like it kind of dragged on a little bit. Like I said, there is a bit of a murder mystery that we're trying to solve in this book. And I don't know, some parts of it kind of dragged out for me towards the end, and I was ready for the book to be finished. Those are my thoughts. I will delve more into them when I do my August wrap up, but I did enjoy it. I really enjoyed a lot of aspects of it, but I just feel like, I don't know, there were some things in here that I wanted a bit more of. I wanted more of like the dark academia sort of atmosphere. It did have that, but just different. Very different to The Secret History, and I know I shouldn't be comparing those two, but I love The Secret History. That was my first like dark academia book, so I don't know. It was really good. I'd probably give it, the writing was good, that's for sure. I'd maybe give it like a 3.25 or a 3.5. I just found the pacing of it to be a little bit slow at some points, and it lost my interest in some parts. But overall, it was very interesting, and I still definitely would recommend it. I'm gonna start A Tempest of Tea by Sarahhafidh today. It's quite a little book. It's only 300 pages, so I don't think it'll take me very long to go through it, to be honest. I don't really know much about this book. So she's got this tea room that transforms into an illegal bloodhouse by night, and it caters to the vampires that are feared and sort of like frowned upon from society. Oh, okay, interesting. Okay, fun. It seems like this is going to be a heist book. I really do love a heist, especially if it's like well pulled off. Like you kind of get drawn into how they're going to pull off the heist and you kind of find out what they're going to do. I love a heist book or movie. Because it's quite short, I do worry that it may not be a very well fleshed out heist. Do you know what I mean? Because unless there's a sequel to this, but if it's quite little, like you can't always pack in a really good plot and a really good heist in a short book. I don't know, I could be wrong. We'll find out. It sounds interesting. I am excited. I do wish it was a bit more gloomy today. It's quite sunny, but I feel like if this was gloomy and I was like drinking a cup of tea, I mean, I could make a cup of tea, but I do want coffee. You guys know me, I'm an addict. Let's make some coffee and do some reading.
It's been a long time, but I remember it well. Just like the photo we keep on the shelf. Oh, we were young, oh, we were young. Now 10 years have passed and we're still locked in time. I don't take for
Update, guys, I am now on chapter 5, which is page 42. And I'm really enjoying the writing so far, and I really like our main character Artlist so far. She's very witty and very cheeky, and I'm kind of getting Six of Crows vibes, slightly, kind of. I'm very excited to see where the story is gonna go.
My heart is aching, but somehow in all the right places. You make me feel like enough. I'll ever yours, I'll ever yours. My heart is racing. These tears are happiness shaking. 'Cause I know that I found love. I'll ever yours, I'll ever yours. Believed that after the miles we find ourselves here at the end of the aisle. Looking at me, you're looking at me. What more could I want? What more could I need? Our hands intertwined in this sweet symphony. You're all that I want to forever breathe. The moments collected in time, perfectly bound like your hand fits in mine. Lucky to find what we're both looking for in this life. My heart is aching.
Hello, reading update. I'm now on chapter 37, which is page 245, and I just don't know how to feel. I really don't. I do think I would have enjoyed this book better had it been slightly better marketed, in my opinion, because I just don't think that it lives up to the way that it's marketed, if that makes sense. Like, first of all, I already mentioned about the tea room thing, and then that it turns into an illegal bloodhouse by night catering to vampires. There just haven't been many scenes with vampires. Like, I don't think that this book really knows what it wants to be. I don't know. It's hard because I am really enjoying the writing. It's got very lyrical sort of writing. I'm definitely enjoying that aspect, and I'm really enjoying the characters. I think she's got very strong characters, very lovable characters. The reason it gives me Six of Crows vibes is because it's a bunch of sort of outcasts or misfits that are sort of all together and in a group due to them being misfits, and kind of shunned from society, and there is a bit of organized crime going on, which is very Six of Crows coded. I've also heard that this book is kind of inspired by the Peaky Blinders. Now, I love Peaky Blinders. I love it so much. I love Tom Shelby so much. And I can definitely see the Peaky Blinders inspiration in this book, but I think I see more Six of Crows. But I guess Six of Crows also is a little bit Peaky Blinders. Anyway, going off topic. I really don't know how to feel about this book. I really don't. So far, it's probably like a 3.25 star. Like, I am enjoying it. I like the characters and the writing, like I said. But the plot is just losing me. The plot is a bit like fickle. I just don't think it really knows what it wants to be. And I also need to find out if this is going to be a duology, because there's no way this is just one book. Like, there's some things in here that there's no way it'll be wrapped up in the last like 70, 80 pages. Is A Tempest of Tea going to be a series? Okay, cool. Yes, it is going to be a series. Okay, that makes sense. That does make sense. I was a bit concerned. I was like, how is she going to wrap this up in that many pages? Right. Anyways, I will get back to reading and we'll see how the story ends. Finished. You know, I enjoyed the ending and I enjoyed the cliffhanger, and I do think I actually will continue on with this series because I'm very intrigued to see how it's going to pan out. And I do actually have a feeling that the second book is going to be a lot better than the first one. I think maybe she's just sort of setting foundations here. I just hope that with her second book, the plot is tighter, like there's just more definition of like where the story wants to go. Overall, I did really enjoy it, and I really like the characters. They're very lovable and kind of easy to care for, to be honest. So yeah, I really do care for the characters and I really love them. And again, I enjoyed the writing, but it was just the plot that kind of just made me a bit like, I will talk about my feelings and sort of thoughts towards this book more when I do my August wrap up, but overall I think I'm gonna give it a 3.25. This concludes our sort of cozy, gloomy, darker books kind of reading vlog. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will see you next time. Bye.